Welcome to Crit Sandwich. On Crit Sandwich, 4 friends play D&D loosely based on our favorite movies, shows, and games. This is episode 8 of Campaign 9. We are playing Ravenloft Jumanji. I am Casey Sears, and I am playing Thomas William Middlebury, who is playing Hogan the Savage. With me this evening is Chuck Ventus.
Good evening. I am playing William Middlebury, the grandfather, who is also Tolkien Thunder Guy.
Also with us is Matt Popich.
Hey, I am playing Lila Lila Middlebury. I am
We're
playing
leaving
Lila
all that
Middlebury. Son of a bee. Lila Middlebury is playing and/or becoming Gunny Kismet.
And of course, our Dungeon Master, Robbie Ponder.
Thank you, Casey. Hello and welcome. This is episode 8 of the Curse Family Campaign. The party is currently outside the windmill. As I said at the end of last episode, the windmill is made of stone. The door to the windmill is open and it's dark, completely black inside. And the blades of the windmill are towering high in the sky, slowly circling. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven, and it hops about back and forth, going along the beam, squawking, and it seems agitated. You guys are 30 feet away from the front door right now. What do you do?
Can anyone speak to animals by chance?
I shout to the raven and ask if he's a side quest. Just kidding. I don't know if I can talk to animals. I don't think so.
I definitely cannot.
I definitely cannot also. Do you think my wolf companion might be able to? Do you think it's worth a shot, or is that dumb?
You can just give me an insight check. I would
Can you talk to the wolf?
possibly, maybe the raven's talking to you through some body language. You can give me an insight check.
I'm doing it. 14, 10 plus 4.
Yeah, it's just kind of jumping around, acting pretty agitated, and it's just flies away like trying to warn you about going inside. That is dangerous inside. It's like a warning.
Bad omen.
I was really close to shooting it. I couldn't even tell you why. It was very close to being firebolted. I'm glad it left.
You saying that in character?
Yeah, I'm saying that in character,
I was thinking the same thing.
but in real life, I was really about to do it. But I did say it out loud.
Watch the trigger finger, sis. We don't want to turn into a couple of murder hobos, you know?
Yeah, it was just bothering me. I don't know what else to say. You're right. I'm sorry. So what? I mean, this is definitely one of the places we have to go, right? We've decided upon that.
Yep. I see a black hole in stone leading toward captives around towering blades. This has to be it this time, I think.
I agree. Which means that there's captives in here. What do you think? Maybe we should look around the windmill and see if there's any other entrances other than the front door.
Let's just go in.
I grab Grandpa's shoulders right after he says that.
Let's maybe use some stealth first.
Let's sneak in.
You guys don't want to look around and see?
Let's scout the place.
Yeah, I want to scout.
Yeah, all right, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm going
Me
to pull
too.
out my bow and skulk close to the ground and do some cool like flips and rolls very quietly.
I'll give me some stealth. Is Hogan the only one that's going around, scouting around the area?
No, I said I was going to do that. In fact, I said it first.
He did.
Yeah, Tolkien, are you going with them?
Yeah, and I'm gonna, because we're having fun, we're a family. I'm gonna like do some flips and stuff as well, some rolls, and probably like hurt my back in the process since I'm at disadvantage on my stealth.
Hold on a second here, guys. I'm going to make some noise. I did not grab my dice.
D&D Beyond, fella.
You know what? I don't even have my dice out either.
So I don't know if anybody saw me, but I reached over across my table to get my dice because I wasn't prepared as well.
Glad I'm not alone. I always forget at least one thing.
Am I rolling, Robbie?
Just a second.
While you're doing that, we actually have a very special shout out this week. Gentlemen, we've made it. We've made it. We have fan art. That's as good as it gets.
Pretty great.
It is pretty great. So we wanted to shout out Katie and Robert Rojas. You guys are amazing. Katie actually drew us each of our characters from the first campaign. She is an art teacher and said that we helped her out a lot in giving her a creative outlet for her art. I don't know. I thought that was very flattering, and it is excellent. Katie and Robert, thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, group stealth check, please.
8 for Hogan.
What'd you get, Matt?
I have advantage on stealth because I have a cloak, and I also rolled an 8. I got a 4 and an 8. I did terrible.
That's a pretty cool cloak, but do you have to put that hood down, Matt?
Do I have to put the hood down?
What would you get, Chuck, while he looks at that?
I rolled a 5 at disadvantage.
Well, you guys are pretty noisy as you're going around this area. They're just flipping around and doing whatever you guys do as a family. There's not really much things to hide behind, and you guys are pretty loud. You don't see any other entrances. You do see some windows around in the windmill, but they're too small to be able to fit through, I would say. And you do find this, like a peddler's cart at the side of the building.
Let's check it out.
You go up and check the peddler's cart, and it's
Can I investigate this cart?
yeah, it's just an empty cart, but you can see that it was pushed there in the mud. It looks pretty fresh.
Follow the tracks in the mud. I follow the tracks in the mud. Look at these tracks here.
So the tracks just lead to the side of the windmill where it was pushed to and stopped. And it comes off the main road of where you guys just came from in the same direction.
And it's a food cart?
Just like a little peddler's cart. Yeah, it puts to push food around. Did you look at that cloak? You have to have the hood up, correct? Not that it makes a big deal.
Yeah, it takes an action. Yeah, if we're in combat, it makes a difference, I would say. But yeah, it takes an action.
Yeah, okay.
So I'll have it up.
Okay, your hood is up.
Did we inspect the cart a little further? Like, is there any, like, food, like, remnants on the cart? Like, something from a pizza place, or what was that place in the town where the cocaine was? you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to try and smell.
Give me a smell check.
Investigation.
My smell check is an 11.
Matt, were you rolling?
Yeah, I got a 12.
A 12. You guys kind of look around. You don't really smell very much. The wind's blowing around here. You don't really smell any pastry smell because you're outdoors. But you do look around in the cart and you can see just a whole bunch of clutter, trash, and dirt. It's not really well taken care of. It's like if it did have food in here, they failed their health inspection test or whatever. They would have failed it a lot. And you see like a little rotten tomato, like a little cherry tomato smashed down in the corner of the cart.
This place doesn't seem like a bakery. A little out of the way.
Well, we know that there are captives in there. And apparently we searched the whole place and didn't find another way in. I guess we have to go through the front door unless you guys think of anything else.
Are we for sure there's captives in here?
I want to sneak up to one of the windows and peek in.
So you would have to get up to the window. It's the 3 stories up, maybe 2 stories up, probably 30 feet high.
I've got a rope of climbing.
I'm glad you said that, Casey, because I was about to say, like, all right, you hold me up and I'll hold Gunny up and we'll lift her up to the third. Would we reach that high? Maybe, I don't know.
So you activate your rope of climbing and you climb up the rope with pretty good ease, and then you go up to the window and it's just filled with, just caked with dirt, and it's hard for you to look in.
Can I try to give it a little squeak, 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 and rub off something?
What are you rubbing off?
I know. I'm sorry. That made me laugh.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Gunny turns in the other direction.
He said rub off something.
Yeah, just rub it off. Rub it just like a little. It's dirty. Just gonna use my hands to rub it. Real dirty. If the dirt's if it's on the outside.
So you can rub off some of the dirt there, but you realize too that there's also dirt on the other side. But you are able to look in there a little bit. Can you give me a perception check as you're holding up with one arm, your legs are wrapped around this rope, and you're wiping this thing, and now you're trying to look in there. Let me get a perception check from you.
It's an 8.
An 8. You look in there, and you can see in the center of the room, like there's this wooden gear shaft that rises up to the next floor. And you can kind of see the shadowing of like a staircase that goes up. It's still kind of dark in there. You can't make out anything else other than that.
Okay, but it seems pretty windmilly to me, not like a bakery. So I'm still kind of like, all right, this cart suspicious, and I'm gonna slide down that rope back to the ground and shrug my shoulders and quietly whisper to my team,
Kind of just windmilly in there, really.
But I didn't see any people or movement, right?
You do not see any people or movement, but you guys hear from the outside of the windmill, you start to hear a crackling laugh.
Suboptimal.
Is this? Can we see it? Do we have to? How can we move to see it?
It's coming from the inside of the windmill. It's just echoing out.
Oh, from the inside.
Yeah, from the inside.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I thought you meant it was outside now. Yeah, I'll just say
I didn't even see anybody in there.
Let's head up to the door. See exactly where this laughing's coming from. I go to the front. Are they still laughing?
It was just that quick laugh that you heard. And you guys are just constantly hearing the sound of wood creaking as the windmill, it just slowly spins above you. I don't know what you call the sheet on a windmill, but I guess I can just call it the sheet. It's mostly torn off and pretty worn out, and there's just a little bit of the sheet left that's on there as it slowly spins around. And you're standing at the doorway, Chuck. What else do you guys do?
What do I see in the doorway? Is there's a door in front of me? Can I see inside?
You look around, and this is like just the ground floor of an old windmill, but it has been converted into like this makeshift kitchen. But the room is like really filthy. There's baskets and old dishware all like piled up everywhere.
Is there like a staircase that leads up, or?
Yes, on the opposite side there is a staircase that leads up. You can hear chickens and frogs croaking.
And is that like exposed in the center? Like the stairs like wrap around the windmill, or is there just like some stairs in the back and there's like a like ceiling in this first floor?
Yeah, there's some stairs in the back that goes up to the next floor.
Is it open? Like if I were to stand in the center of the room and look straight up, could I see like way up to the top?
No, each floor is good. The only opening is where the stairs are at. Yes, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
I guess I would be just to the side of the door, leaning on it behind Gramps with my sword in my hand now, whispering very quietly to it, Rage Springa, so it ignites.
All right, stay behind me, kids. I walk in.
You're going first?
I'm going in first, yeah. Listen, man, I fought in a war. All right? This is a game to me.
You walk in, you can tell there a little bit more in the room. There's some chicken coops. There's a heavy wooden trunk in the corner of the room. On the opposite side is the stairs going up like I told you about. And as you go in, Hogan is in the middle, and for just some reason, Hogan, you begin to feel like all the exposed hair on the back of your neck, it just all starts standing up. And it's like if you had spidey sense, it just starts tingling. And then a little bit after that, you guys hear, come higher, higher, and I'll show you what I do with my blood-stained fingers and my gore-bathed lips.
I think we can go murder hobo on this one.
We're good down here. You come down here to us.
You yell up to her? You do lots of fake stuff.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I do. What do you? I guess. So do we have to? I guess we got. Yeah, we get something from this. I'm trying to remember the riddle. There's a benefit to this. This is kind of weird.
Yes. No. This is.
You guys gotta start looking at your shit. Come on, I've pinned everything in the Discord.
No. We know
It's my character. I'm in love with my character.
Let me read it, and I'll edit this. I'll edit this out. But let me read it to you guys, okay?
No, it's funny.
It's in the Discord.
This card tells you a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. I see a black hole in stone leading toward captives around towering blades.
And we know that's here.
We hope.
We just want to make sure we're in the right spot and we're not doing another side quest.
Let me read the very beginning of the podcast. What I said at the beginning of the podcast, I said, you guys are at a windmill and it's made of stone. The door to the windmill is open and it's dark, completely black inside. And the blades of the windmill are towering high in the sky, slowly circling. We good?
Yeah, we're teasing. All right. Yeah, let's just go. Yeah. All right. Stay close together. I'm going up. I'll head towards the stairs and walk slowly. I mean, but she knows we're here, so it's kind of pointless to sneak. So I'm not going to run up the stairs.
Yeah, I'll be tight behind.
Chuck, do you have Detect Good and Evil by chance? It's a cleric spell.
What level is that? I don't think I do.
I think it's 1. Robbie probably knows if you do or don't.
I don't.
You're a cleric, I think, isn't it? A divine thing that you can do.
Maybe it's a level 7 thing. I don't know.
It's funny. Like this is the one campaign
7.
where I know more about your guys' characters than you do.
That was my swipe at Robbie because we've yet to level.
That's true. We haven't.
Divine divinity. You can channel your divine divinity to fuel magic effects a number of times per day. What is your channel divinity? Deal maximum damage instead of rolling lightning damage. No, that's not it.
All right. Well, I was hoping that spell, it kind of like guides you toward, it lets you know where good and evil are. So I was hoping it would guide us toward this item of really goodness. But we'll probably have to fight whatever's up there anyway. So don't you think?
Yeah.
And we've already ruined all of our stealth chances, it feels.
Yeah, we're shitty, as usual.
Yeah, I'm rolling real bad here.
Yeah, I hope we roll better. I don't think I've rolled above a 10 or 12 or something, so I'm with you. All right, so we go. I mean, are we still at the doorway? Let's just go inside at this point. There's no point in dicking around in the doorway.
Oh, no, I thought we were inside about to go up the stairs.
I'm already in. I'm going up the stairs
All right.
already.
Are you guys like all next to each other, like hunkered next to each other, like you're in a haunted house?
Yeah, like it's a Scooby-Doo episode, and we're all just like shoulder to shoulder. Except I'm in the middle with an 8-foot flaming sword.
Okay. So you guys you guys are hunkered next to each other, probably hands on each other's shoulders as you guys are starting to creep up to the second floor. And this is the floor where it has the dirt-caked windows, just allowing a little bit of light to enter this 8-foot high chamber. Hogan, you would recognize that one of the windows as one of the window that you wiped off the dirt that's caked on the other side. Most of which is in this room has been taken up by this large millstone connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the center of the room. There's a large staircase that continues up toward the sound of a loud crackling, and you hear it again. And Matt, this time, when this laughter happens, it sounds like the laughter's coming from upstairs, but Lila's arm, it just starts to feel freezing cold.
Guys,
and it's just for a split second.
guys, my arm just felt cold. Did yours do that?
I shake my head no.
What? No?
You guys feel a gust of wind just kind of go past you, and then you hear, "Follow the sound of my voice. I'm thrilled to show you what I do with my blood-stained fingers and my gold-bathed lips."
Okay, so we're on the second floor now, right? And there's just she's upstairs clearly, and there's no other rooms or anything we can go in on the second floor, right?
There's the staircase on the other side. So you're coming up a staircase, and there's a staircase on the other side.
Okay. And we don't hear any other voices or crying or captives or anything like that?
You do not.
I kind of think we should maybe go to the basement and explore to see if there are people in here. And if there are people in here, we should just light this whole thing on fire.
Is there a basement?
I don't know. But we could check. Because it feels like if there are captives here, like they probably, maybe they're up top. I don't know. Like they could be up top.
As you're looking from the outside of the windmill, and you guys have gone up 2 floors, it looks like there's a couple floors left for you to explore.
Okay. All right. So maybe they're still up there. All right. Maybe it's premature to burn it all down and kill all the people who are trapped inside. So I guess let's keep moving.
Yeah, and I would say, too, that, I mean, you're going to burn down a windmill, which is the outside walls are stone. The interior work of here, like, is wood. Like, each floor you see is wood. So, if you would think that, then it probably wouldn't be that effective as the outside walls are stone.
Got a flaming long sword. Everything is burn up. No, okay, maybe not technically.
I like the positive attitude.
Thanks.
Let's keep going up. Stay close.
I will be last in the order.
You guys go up again, and it's Token with Hogan in the middle and Gunny in the back, and you guys are going up the stone steps as it circles around, and you can start visualizing, and you can start seeing the next room that you're going into here. And this room is small. Like, there's the stone staircase on the opposite side of the room again, as you can go up, and the staircases are on each side as you guys go in. You have to walk through the room to get to the other side of the staircase. This room is filled with old wooden boxes. All the wooden crates are pretty light, and they're pretty rotted, and you can kind of peek inside them, and they're empty. There's 6 wooden boxes in here, and if you go around and check on them, they're empty. And like each time you go around, in the corner of your eyes, you can see just rats running about in the shadows, keeping their distance from you. Up on the ceiling, you can see these old cobwebs, and they're just filling in all the corners, and they move about as if they're just trying to grab you. And Token, as you begin to move forward into this room, you bump into something, but there isn't like anything in front of you. You bump into something that's solid, but you do not see anything in front of you.
What did it feel like? So something solid, like a wall, or like would it be like a body? Like if somebody was standing in front of me, if I bumped into them, like did it feel like I bumped into another person?
Whatever you bumped into did move.
What was that? What was that?
I didn't see anything.
It did move. It was not like a solid thing like a wall.
There's something here. I just bumped into something.
It's probably me.
No, in front of me.
Did you stab it?
No.
You want me to stab it?
I was going to say, or I'll shoot a firebolt at it.
I stab in that general direction.
You swing in that general direction, you don't feel anything, and you kind of just glide your sword around and in that area, and you don't hit anything solid through the air.
Convinced?
And after you do that, you hear it again. Get going. Approach us, and I'll show you what I do with my blood-stained fingers and my gore-spathed lips.
Really not things to be bragging about, lady.
I guess we'll keep going.
Yes, I will continue on. I was just trying to see if there was anything I could do to reveal stuff in front of me.
So you get up to this next floor, and you can see the other side, and there's no other set of stairs on the other side. But there is a set of the stone stairs. You see wooded stairs this time. And this floor is 25 by 25, and it has this half balcony looking down over it. And it's just filled with more boxes on the side wall and these old cabinets. And Tolkien, as you get up there, just appearing right in front of you is this hag. The hag's face is as wrinkled as a boiled apple. She is wearing simple clothing like that of a peasant, but more ragged and dirtier. But not for the lack of interest of being so bland. In fact, she has taken steps to ensure she is at her worst, because she has filth on her clothes and accessorized her gross garb with gruesome decorations. Clothes with bits of gore, bits of skin and bone, all manner of litter in her hair. And her skin looks like as if she has died many times, but she is no zombie. And around her lips and dripping off her chin is a thick, dark red liquid. She grabs you by the collar, and she moves her hand up to her face and points a curved finger out across her lips and says, "Now it's time for me to show you what I do with my blood-stained fingers and my gore-bathed lips. I do this."
What?
Wait, she's holding on to me? Wait.
With one hand.
Oh, I'd let her. Wait, I would swing at her. This is scary. I wouldn't want her to get her that close.
Yeah, well, let's roll initiative.
I was instantly thinking, like, man, why did I go first in this haunted house? Boy, I'm having some real stinkers tonight. Tolkien got a 6.
Hogan got a 9.
Gunny got an 11.
Nah.
Hogan got a 9 and Tolkien got a 6.
That's right.
And together, we 69.
Put them together. We are the most powerful force in the universe.
We'll destroy Strahd with the power of 69.
So this room again is a 25 by 25. So, and then it has that upper layer that's on the top side. You can go there.
And on the far side of the room, there's a 10-foot deep platform that's up how far off the ground?
Not far, about 10 feet high.
Okay.
And so this hag's going to go first. And it's going to attempt to put its claws into Tolkien.
No, not the bloodstained fingers.
21 to hit.
Yes. I feel like I have something I can do.
Are you a Thunder Cleric?
I am. What's that?
Can you
It's
Pikachu?
called,
Yeah, you can Pikachu him.
You react?
Or Blanca.
Yeah. Yeah, Blanca.
Wrath of the Storm. When a creature within 5 feet that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to cause that creature to make a Dex saving throw. DC 14. or it takes 2d8 lightning or thunder damage. Your choice. Half the damage if it succeeds. Yeah.
Well, what do you do?
Well, I'm going to do that. She hits me. I think it still hits me, so you do the damage, but like my reaction is to like brace for it whenever she makes contact. Lightning will just like spark from my body and attack like in her direction.
Okay, you take 13 slashing damage. How much damage does she take from that?
You have to make a DC 14 saving throw.
That's dexterity?
Yeah, dex saving throw.
All right, she rolled a 17.
So she passes. I rolled 7, so half of that. Not much there. She hits hard. 13? Dang.
Claws, yeah.
So in the opposite corner of the room that you guys are in, from the steps, is on the same level that you guys are on, is another hag that appears, and it's going to cast Bestow Curse
Ugh.
on Gunny.
Yeah, it's a nasty spell.
Wisdom save, please.
Alrighty, I chose to roll a 7 + 1, 8.
Yeah, you are cursed. And Gunny, it's your turn.
So I see that one is attacking Grandpa, and I will whisper my elvish words to light my sword ablaze, and I will run up and swing with my flame tongue rapier, try and stab it. And I got an 8 + 6, 14.
That's a miss.
All right, sorry, Grandpa. I tried.
Hogan, you're up.
And so there are 2 on us right now?
There's one right in front of Tolkien, but there's the other one that's on the other side of the room that's 20 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. I was confused because I thought Bestow Curse was a touch spell.
It is a touch spell. Thank you, Casey.
Who's turning into a monkey now,
Oh,
huh?
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh, you're cheating.
Thanks,
You
Casey.
cheated.
Okay, there are 2 on top of you guys. Thanks, Casey.
Okay, so I'm just going to strike the one that touched Gramps and try to get her off of him, I guess.
Okay, so you can kind of tell these ones a little bit apart. The one that is touching Grandpa, Chuck, you're not grappled. You're not considered to be grappled. Just by the way, this one this one looks more green, just where we can tell them apart. And then the one that cast the spell looks more red. So there's a green and a red one.
Okay.
And you were swiping your sword at the green one.
Yes, some tactical strikes on this old hag, and that's a 10 on the first hit. And my second attack is a 19.
The 19 will hit.
12 slashing damage and 9 fire damage. And you know what? I'm gonna go bonkers here.
Let her rip.
And I'm gonna action surge and just attack 2 more times. Or wait, or one additional action. Yes, because I can, when I use the attack action, I attack twice. So yes, I do still attack twice. All right, and
Yeah, just to let you know though, when you're used to that fire on your sword, you're used to that fire lighting up targets, and it doesn't look as if it lights up this target as much as it normally does.
Okay. So, hey, improved critical. That's a crit then, 19 plus 6, and I have improved critical. So
Nice.
It's a crit sandwich.
Yeah, let's see if it's a Sammy. Got to use real dice for the sandwiches. It is definitely not a sandwich. So it was 12 slashing damage plus an additional 10 for the crit, plus 8 fire damage.
Woo.
Yow.
Light them up.
And so I get one more attack, which is a 3 plus 6, which is 9. And that'll be my turn. I stand there just in the melee, in the fray.
Yeah, you come up and you just start swinging your sword at her. You get a couple misses in, you get a couple good hits, and your fire damage doesn't look like it's lighting up the target as much as it is. But man, this hag, she is looking beat up to crap. Tolkien, you are up now.
Get her, Gramps.
It's time to get the boys. We're under attack. I call on the boys. Spirit Guardians. I cast Spirit Guardians. And my ghostly soldier buddies come floating around with their walking canes with the tennis balls on the ends.
So you start doing the incantation of this and your hands start lighting up. But up on that balcony, a third hag appears and you see her start doing some spells as well as she casts counterspell.
Ooh,
Ooh.
And your spell fizzles.
naughty.
Yikes.
Naughty girl.
Ouch.
This sounds like someone's been metaing. He knew my only play here.
He's got one move.
I'm a one-move kind of guy.
This one up here, it's one is more of a yellow tone. So this hag is yellow color.
Does that uses my spell, right? Correct?
Yes, because I have to use a spell slot as well. So
Can I do anything as a bonus action? Nobody's been hurt except for myself. Since that didn't work, I'm really pissed that she did that. And I'll wave my hands around again, and I'll actually cast a spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Yeah.
I create a floating spectral weapon within range that lasts for the duration, or until I cast the spell again. And when I cast the spell, I can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
What's your weapon?
And the range is 60 feet, so I guess I'll pop it up there next to the...
the yellow one on the balcony.
Yeah, let's do it up there by the yellow one.
Okay, roll the hit.
I've never used a spiritual weapon before. Rolled a hit, plus 6. 17.
17 hits.
And my spiritual weapon is a very large cane with the tennis balls on it.
What's that damage?
It is 9 damage.
So this green one that's been hit a lot by Hogan's sword, she's just going to do some incantations and her hands are going to start glowing and then she's going to touch herself and then she goes invisible.
Yikes.
So this red one is next to you and it moves in position to swipe at Gunny that has been cursed. 18.
1 second. It's a hit, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use a shield, which will bump me up to 20 AC.
Okay, what does that look like as she comes in to try to claw you and she has these blood-stained fingers as she begins to swipe at you? What does that look like?
Yeah, I think they're like literally about to hit me, and just like I'll hold my hand out and then like a force of like an invisible force just appears in front of me, and like her hand just like stops like an inch away from my hand. Basically, it's kind of like I block with a shield, but there's not actually physically a shield.
Okay.
It'd be a good 80s special effect there, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't have to do any CG or anything. Nothing fancy. Just pretend.
If something's invisible and it, it's already used as action, so it can't disengage. But like if it backs away from you guys, so you guys still get to swing at it like an attack of opportunity, even if it's invisible. Don't you have to be able to see it?
It's gonna have disadvantage, I believe, is how that works. Because you can still swing where it used to be, but you wouldn't really know where, like when it's gonna go there or where.
I feel like isn't there just a hard rule that invisible creatures don't get attacks of opportunity?
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Okay, I mean that makes more sense, honestly.
Okay, this yellow one up top, it's going to cast lightning bolt down, and it doesn't even care about hitting its own kind. Everyone needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
19 for Gunny.
I also got a 19.
I got a 7.
Hogan, you fail. Everyone else passes. Hogan, you take 27 lightning damage. Tolkien and Gunny, you take half of that.
14.
Then Gunny, you do get hit by that. You are cursed, so you get hit by an extra 1d8. And it is 1 nocturnal damage that hits you.
Okay. So 15, yeah.
Necrotic.
Necrotic, thank you. I don't know why I keep saying nocturnal.
You fall asleep.
That was almost half my health in one hit here, so ouch.
Okay, Gunny, you're up. There is a red-looking hag in front of you. The other one went invisible. You don't know where she went. And then there's a yellow one that's up on top of the balcony, and it has a sword, a spirit sword that is a tennis ball hitting her.
So I kind of feel like the one ahead of us, Hogan, that's Hogan territory. I'm going to summon all of my might and do a 3rd level spell, Witch Bolt. the yellow one up there. So that's going to be a ranged attack.
Roll big, roll big, roll big, roll big.
14 plus 7, 21.
Whew.
That's a hit.
All right. That'll be 3d12,
That's what I like to see.
23 damage.
Anything else?
Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm going to start to sing, and I'm going to do my ability where I gain some AC. But that is it.
Hogan, you're up. You have the red hag looking in front of you. She looks pretty healthy. The yellow hag is up on top of the balcony. And Gunny is focusing her witch bolt on that one up on the balcony.
I'm going to swing my sword at was it the red hag?
Yes, red hag.
Yep. The first swing is a 4 plus 6, which is 10. The second swing is a 6 plus 6, which is 22.
22.
22 to hit. So my damage on the first attack will be 13 slashing damage, 5 fire damage.
This one did get hit earlier by her own sister's lightning bolt, by the way. She's not 100% healthy.
Okay. Whew, that's good. I am going to use my bonus action to gain 1d10 plus 6 hit points by using a second wind. Ooh, that's a solid 2 on that roll there. So,
Okay, Tolkien, you're up.
Which was the one that cast the lightning spell? Was it the yellow one?
The yellow one up on the balcony, yeah.
All right, so she seems like trouble.
Yeah, she's a bitch. That's why I witch bolted her.
Yeah, she's trouble. And I've got my spiritual weapon up there. I'm going to shoot. So I'm going to thrust my hand forward and cast guiding bolt. And you just see a streak of light just shoot towards her. And I rolled a 19.
As a hit?
That is going to be 16 radiant damage.
Anything else?
And then also that does do something else with advantage on any attacks made, I believe. On a hit, target takes this damage, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage on it thanks to the mystical dim light glittering on the target.
Okay.
Can I swing my my spiritual weapon? You'll see that take a hack at her.
So it's just the next attack, correct? So this would be the next attack with advantage. Or is it all the attacks till the next turn?
I believe it sounded like it was just one.
Yeah, I believe so too.
The way I read that. Yeah, so my first swing was an 11. I don't know if that hits. I don't think it does.
11 is a miss.
Let's see what this is. Oh, that's worse. 9.
Okay, it's the hags are up. The one that went invisible now appears over on the other side of the room. I mean, lightning bolt, I guess, is the only good DPS spell she has.
no.
Yep, I guess so. Yeah, she's going to stand there. She's going to clap her hands together and pull her hands apart, and you can start seeing the static electricity start sparkling in between her fingers, and this ball forms, and then she pushes the ball forward, and it's going to hit her red sister as well as you three. So give me a dex save, please.
I don't like this.
There we go. 18 plus 3, 21 for Hogan.
Let's pass.
All right. 17 plus 1, which is 18.
Yeah, we all did pretty well. 16 plus 3, 19.
Yikes.
Not that much. You guys get all hit for 8 damage.
What did we take for the last lightning damage? I'm trying to make sure I applied it.
We took 14.
Okay.
And then Robbie roll an extra one for me because of my curse.
Thank you. I was typing it in. You take 5 whatever damage.
Necrotic.
Necrotic. Thank you.
You're fine. All right, I'm going to roll because I am currently, what's it called?
Concentrating, yeah.
I got an 11, so I pass.
So that was the green hag that was over in the corner. She cast lightning bolt. There's the red hag that is still in front of you guys. She just got hit by the lightning as well, which was the 8 damage that I need to put in here. Sorry.
How's everybody looking on health? Because since I added on that lightning round from the last turn, I'm hurting.
Oh, really? I have 31 hit points.
Yeah, I have 16.
I have 5.
Wait, you have 5?
5, 0, 0, 5.
This is bad.
So this
Yeah, I'm sure you guys will have fun without me.
this red one is going to try to swipe at Tolkien. 15.
That's a miss.
Yep.
The yellow one's just going to come down and come down the steps and get in melee distance with you guys, and she as well is going to swipe at Token.
I'll do an opportunity attack with my... Can my spiritual weapon do an opportunity attack?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Spiritual weapon attack is going to be 20.
That's a hit. What's that damage?
11 damage.
She gets hit, and then she comes down and tries to swipe at you with a 19.
That is a miss. Come at me!
Okay, Gunny, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my witch bolt going, so I don't have to roll anymore. It's already attached to her, so I'm gonna do damage. So it's a 3d12.
Matt, are you right? Are we all right next to each other? Is that correct?
Apparently, because we're all getting hit with the lightning bolt each time. I rolled much worse this time than last time. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage on yellow.
What color is this witch bolt that comes out? I'm picturing like being this green witch bolt that comes out. What does this look like when you're catching witch bolt?
Yeah, it's kind of like a greenish blue, like a almost dark green bluish, like almost sickly.
And what do you do with your hands when like you're focusing on her?
Oh yeah, the witch bolt's like the Emperor lightning, like both hands curled into and like they're outstretched.
Yeah, as she's starting to like come down these steps, as she started to come in and try to hit Tolkien, you can see her start stumbling, and as she starts getting closer to you guys as well, with this witch bolt hitting her, and it's like poisoning the inside of her already poisoned and sickly looking body, and you can see her eyes. It was probably a bit yellow colored before, but now it's like starting to turn red, and it looks like she's building up a tear in her eye that is just a red colored tear as she begins bleeding up from the inside. Hogan, you're up.
So I guess I will keep attacking.
The red one that is next to you guys, and the yellow one just came there up as well. So both are within melee range.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of be circling and attacking if I can to try to at least create a little distance and space in between us. Put one of these witches in between us. First hit is going to be a 10. Second hit is going to be...
Are you hitting the red one that was
the red
here
one,
before?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep, the same one. The second one is a 17.
The 17 is a hit.
And that is 11 great sword damage. And 8 fire damage.
When you're swinging your sword around, she almost gets out of the way of it, but just the tip of your flame-tongue greatsword just knocks her across the front of her chest, and you can see that it splits open her ragged clothing. It just starts splitting open, and you can see the muscle and flesh that has been ripped open on her chest, and she kind of grabs it and, sisters, destroy them!
You're going down, old lady.
Tolkien, you're up.
Well, I'm real proud of my granddaughter for how she's... And my grandson. But my granddaughter did an awesome move with her witch bolt, so I'm going to pat her on the shoulder and say, "Good girl! Great job!" And cast Cure Wounds at level 3. You get 10 health.
Ouch.
It was terrible. Wow, that was awful. 3d8 plus 3 on D&D Beyond got me a 10. And then I'm like, oh, something must have went wrong there. I guess, and then I'll move my... How far away is it from the balcony area where I summon my spiritual weapon, Robbie? Is it 20 feet?
Yeah, it's 20 feet. You can move it in to hit any color you want.
I'll move it down to make an attack on the yellow hag with my spiritual weapon. I'll keep on whacking away at her, and I rolled a 15.
That's a miss.
Oh.
Is that your turn?
And that's my turn.
This might be bad.
It's pretty bad.
The red one that's here starts looking around and at her sister that's in the back corner of the green one. The yellow one looks a bit older. It's more of the mother of the group, and the green and the red, if I haven't described it before, are her daughters. So those two are sisters. The red one looks over at the green one and says, "Kill the wizard! Kill the wizard!" And the green one that's over in the back corner is going to cast magic missile at you, Gunny.
Dang. Why are you trying to kill her?
Oh, Matt, do you have a level 1 spell slot?
Of course I do, Casey. What are you thinking?
I'm just checking. Just checking.
Oh, man, you know. Yeah, I'll cast shield.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking you would do that too, and I was like, I gotta go in and drop that witch bolt.
Don't act like you were thinking. You reviewed our characters
I
and know
wanted him to drop
exactly
that
what
witch
spells
bolt.
we have. How can I waste Chuck's spiritual guardians? How can I get Matt to use a shield when I cast magic missile?
Hey, man,
You
that's,
know what we
casted
got.
shield too, Chuck. Don't be.
he's playing the monsters, man.
You casted shield too. Okay, Matt. So these there's 3 of these bolts, and they're all combined together, just circling and twirling around. And just like before, that shield that pops up, it just poof, and knocks those magic missiles away from you. You were casting your witch bolt before, and now I'm assuming you can't concentrate and cast the other spell, correct? So
I can, yeah. So I can't go to another concentration spell, but shield is not concentration. It's
okay, so
reaction.
yeah, you're able to flick it off with one hand, and boom, you're able to keep going. So the red one's going to come up to you. I really don't know how you guys are clustered in here, or if she can even try to get to you. So let's try to describe to me like how you guys have been.
When we came into the room, like I was the first person there.
I feel like I've rotated to the far side at this point.
Yeah.
Hopefully the red one's in between me and Tolkien.
Yeah, between us.
Or not the red. The green one is between Tolkien and myself.
Green one's between us.
I imagine
believe.
Gunny was kind of on the outside, but that was just my visual picture.
So I'm picturing then that the red one can hit Gunny. Then this is what I'm, because you did come into melee range before, Matt, when you first came into the room. So I am picturing that you can get hit. I just want to make sure that I'm correct.
I mean, it's fine with me. I think they were describing that they were kind of like on either side of me, but I don't know. I think it's fine if he wants or if she wants to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a scrum, man. It's a dog pile right now, I think.
Yeah, we're really clustered together here. Yeah, we'll say like it's perfectly fine. I mean, Gunny came in to swing before, and then when that one went invisible, then Hogan and Tolkien kind of took point, and you guys are like kind of in the corner where the hag can't reach you right now. So this red hag's going to swing at Tolkien instead. A 21.
A 21 to Tolkien is a hit.
13 damage.
Ah.
The yellow one's going to come in to swipe at you as well.
I want to do my little lightning damage thing. I just remembered.
Okay.
What is it called? Sorry, I'm trying to get to it. I can't remember the exact name of it. I'm going to do my Wrath of the Storm again. And can I do a Channel Divinity? Or I'm sorry.
Yeah, to do max lightning damage? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, to do max damage instead of rolling for lightning or thunder damage. Yeah, I'm going to do a Channel Divinity on this, and I'm going to do my Wrath of the Storm. It has to make a DC 14 Dex saving throw.
So if you're just going to do max damage, do I need to even roll it? I guess it would still be half if I passed.
If it's a fail, it's going to be 16 damage. If it's a pass, it's going to be 8 damage.
So this one, it loses its balance too as this lightning comes and it hits her for max damage as she critically missed. So she gets hit for 16 points of damage on her. So the yellow one swings at you but misses drastically.
Okay.
And now we're back to Gunny. What you got?
Third verse, same as the first. Light 'em up, lightning. 16, 20 damage on yellow.
20 damage. Yeah, she is looking hurt. She's looking pretty bad. Okay, Hogan, you're up.
Yeah.
And both of these hags look pretty wretched, right?
Yeah, they're all looking pretty bad.
All right, I'll swing it red again. It's an 11 to hit on the first roll, and an 18 to hit on the second roll.
The second one hits.
13 damage, slashing, and 7 fire damage.
Tolkien.
Well, since I just got swiped at there, I'm gonna like grab myself and, thinking I just died, say I'm alive and cast Cure Wounds on myself at a second level. Let's see if I roll better.
Robbie, you're not saying anything about the fire damage on this hag I've been hitting. Is anything on the red one?
Okay, so I'm sorry. I didn't want to keep repeating myself, but it's the same thing for all of these. As you hit it with that fire damage, it's kind of the same.
Yeah, that's fine. I knew that was the case on the first hag. I didn't know if that was still the case on the second hag.
Yeah, sorry I didn't describe that.
That's all right. I was just checking, making sure the red color. I was just making sure I wasn't healing it because I thought 20 damage would, or I was hoping that would be enough.
I healed myself for 18 health. I had a really good roll for myself. What is Hogan's health at? Have you been hit in a while?
I got hit a couple times, but I'm at 31. I've healed myself a little.
And then Gunny's at 16, or where are you at?
I'm
15?
15. I was at 5 and you gave me 10.
Well, you sound so disappointed about it.
I mean, it's a lackluster roll, but what can you do?
Let's see what I got here, spell-wise. Tell you what, I'm going to give you a level 1 healing word. Words of encouragement. I don't think I need to touch you or anything.
No, it's ranged.
Keep up the fight! And I heal you for 5 HP.
Good clericing, man.
I'm not even a healer.
Oh, really? All right. Well, I remember when I played a Thunder Cleric, you gave me so much shit for not healing.
Yeah, you were like the Thunder Cleric too. Like you were the tank of the party.
I know.
The only time you healed is when we got knocked unconscious.
Exactly.
It's the best time to heal, really.
It is.
It's the most effective.
It is, mathematically.
I'm healing you to keep you up. I could be doing damage right now.
Okay, so the green one that's over in the corner is going to cast Bestow Curse on Tolkien. Give me a Wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, wisdom saving throw, +7 at. And I rolled a 5, so 12.
Jeez.
So I'm guessing that's not a pass.
The red one's going to swipe at you. Tolkien
Come on.
with an 18.
That's a miss.
And the yellow one's going to swipe at you and crit you.
Oh, yeah.
It matches my AC. So
I'm sorry, I just forgot. Did you get cursed or did you not get cursed?
you cursed me,
Okay, you get cursed.
and I curse you. Well, I've got one more, since she's going to be hitting me, I'm going to hit her back. One more Wrath of the Storm, and I'm going to I have one more Channel Divinity.
Well, let's see if you're still alive. Let's see if you're still alive.
Oh, it happens at the same time. It's like a like that,
38.
38, huh? Let me see here. Anybody got any spells to save me?
Just let me verify real quick. So there is the roll, Matt, right, for the damage is 2d8 plus 4. Do I add that 4 once or twice with a crit?
Just once. So you would roll 48 plus 4.
Okay, so it's a 34 then.
Oh, man.
I don't know if it made a difference for you or not, or check.
No. I had 21 health. Blech. Your grandfather, Tolkien, Thunder Guy, falls.
What's your total HP, Chuck?
51.
Okay, good. You're not dead then.
Yeah, so this green hag over in the corner, it pulls out this doll, and she looks at it and starts looking at you, looking at the doll, looking at you, and she's casting a curse on it. And then the red hag tries to swipe at you as you're disoriented from this curse that's starting to hit you. And then the yellow one's just going to swipe right across your face, and her middle finger kind of gets like stuck in your cheek as she swipes across your face, and her finger just rips completely, like your lip, like her finger goes in your mouth and your lip gets cut across, just like now you like have a half Joker face.
Oh God.
Who is it? Me? You're talking about me?
Yes, you.
Like, who is this happening to? This sounds awful. It's my character.
Gramps.
And what, I don't know what it is with your reaction for your thunder thing when you get hit.
I don't think it happens. It says it's a reaction. I can't react to something if I'm Is that 2 fails if I get hit again in the face while I'm dead?
You only got hit once. This was the one that knocked you down, so you're even. You're 0-0. Gunny, you're up.
I mean, I don't have anything to save him or anything. I guess I'll keep witch bolting. I don't know what else to do at this point. It just seems like if I was a higher level, if after 8 play sessions I had more skills and abilities. Level 3 witch bolt, 16 damage.
Describe your kill on the yellow one.
Yeah, I watch Gramps go down, and I just don't relent. Like every other round you've seen me, like I've kind of like shot out lightning as much as I could and gotten tuckered out after a few seconds of like pushing out raw energy. And this time, like I get to that point where I should be tired and just fury takes over. And like you just see Gunny's eyes go red, and like she just keeps pushing out lightning and more and more and more until there's just nothing left but bones.
The ghost of Tolkien Thunder Guy is standing behind her like Goku standing behind Gohan when he's fighting against Cell.
You're not a ghost yet. Do you want to be a ghost?
It sounded cool in my head. No, I'm not dead. I'm still clinging to life.
Hogan, you're up.
Slash that hag.
All right, you going for the red one again?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, 13 plus 6 is a 19. I assume that's a hit, right?
Yep.
It's 9 piercing and 10 fire damage.
She's still up.
Second hit. You and I have different definitions of almost dead, Robbie. So the second one is a 15 to hit.
The hit is a 15 and it's a miss.
And that's really all I can do.
Did I say she was almost dead? I thought I was like describing that she was below half health as she was bloodied before. I don't know if I.
You have described all of them as barely alive. So when I asked which one, I was trying to figure out which one to attack. They all seemed near death, is how you described them. So I think I maybe was focus firing on the wrong person. I think I've been confused, but that's okay. That's my turn.
Tolkien.
I guess I make a death saving throw, right? I have to roll above a 10. I haven't done this in a while.
Yep. Roll above 10.
I got a 14.
All right, that's a 1 save. The hags are up. The red and the green hags just going to come after you, Hogan.
Okay.
A 13 and a 9 to hit. I assume those both miss.
Both miss.
Gunny, you're up. These hags, they start creaking around. They're, the covenant! The covenant has been broken! The covenant has been broken!
Yeah, Gunny's eyes are pure like lightning at this point. And she points at the one. I'm gonna level 3 witch bolt again. Points at the one that Hogan is fighting.
The red one.
Yeah, red one.
The red one, yep.
17 to hit. I don't know if that's good or not.
That is a hit.
Okay, good. 16 damage.
Just grab your kill.
Yeah, the fury just keeps on, and lightning again coming out of her eyes. It starts sparking, like her hair is like standing out, and again just she kind of moves from one. And I had to cast another spell just for the sake of the game. But she moves the lightning from one witch to the other, and it just latches on, and just you can see bone and from inside and out, and the flesh just starts to melt off as again fury just pours through Gunny's body into this witch.
Yeah, this green hag. She's just kind of like, my sister, you bitch. Ah! Hogan, you're up.
It's time to meet your family in hell.
As I swing my sword. 15 to hit.
Miss.
And a 14. Yeah,
That's another miss.
yeah. I just yeah, not.
It was a cool line, man.
It was a great, yeah. I thought I got this. I'm gonna say something real cool here, and then I'm just gonna, I guess, jab through her rags and not actually hit any vital organs. That'll be my turn.
So just describe me how we're all standing here again. So we currently have Gunny is still up, and Hogan is up, and then we have the green hag that is left. You guys just came up the stairs, and this green one is going to try to look around to see if it can go down the stairs and run away. So describe to me how you guys are standing. Are you guys blocking the stairway?
I would be between her and the stairway for sure, because we've come into the room and not pushed past through them or anything like that.
Yeah, I haven't moved at all.
I'm not directly in front of the stairway. Like, she could still probably get past me, but I think I'd get an attack of opportunity.
I think I would too.
Yeah, we're not blocking it, but she'd definitely have to move through us to get there. Sorry, through is probably the wrong word. We're not blocking it, but she'd have to move past us to get there.
And my body's on the floor there too.
She'd have to jump over that dead body, probably.
Yeah. It's real awkward.
It's like, ooh, sorry. He's totally dead.
She's going to risk it. She's going to run past you guys. Go ahead and roll your attacks of opportunities.
That's another 15, so that's not going to work.
I rolled for fun. My weekend at Bernie's Twitch, I got a 2. It did nothing. So
Gunny got 15. Wah, wah.
That is a miss as well. So Hogan, this is like your third miss in a row. What does these 3 swings look like for you?
You know, just I think at this point I'm just swinging in rage, and I'm hitting, like, you know, some of the wood beams and stuff, and I just, you know, maybe I got like dirt or dust or something in my eye, but I just can't connect right now, man. I'm distracted. I'm lost. I'm dismayed. I can't focus.
Yeah, so this green hag, she goes down these steps and gets past you guys, and you hear her swearing and, my sisters, you'll pay for this! You'll pay for this! As she runs away and uses her action to get even further away from you guys. Gunny, it's your turn. You are up there on the top floor of the lighthouse. Token is laying down on the ground in front of you. Hogan is to your right side, and the hag just went down the steps behind you.
So I actually, because of my song that I'm singing, I have an extra 10 feet of movement, so I can move 40 feet with just my movement. I'm going to see if that gets me within range of her.
You get down to the second floor and a little bit down the stairway on the next floor down, and she is 20 feet away from you, but you can still see her on the other side of the room. You moved your 40. That's right, yeah.
Okay, yes, I moved 40. And this one had been, like, it looks beat up or no?
This is the one I hit at the beginning.
Not as close to death as you and Casey would think, but she's looking healthier. Like she could probably take a few more turns of you.
Not to interrupt or anything, but I just rolled my death saving throw because I'm pretty sure I'm after Hogan. I got a 5, so I failed once.
Thanks, Chuck.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Maximilian's Earthen Grasp. So I need her to make a 15 strength saving throw.
Ooh, I bet she's weak.
Yeah, you just jinxed it, so thanks.
16.
I hate you, Chuck. That's you. That's on you. Yeah, she passes. I don't think it does anything, from what I can tell. Like a hand tried to reach out of the ground and grab her, and it didn't. That's it.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Hogan?
Switching weapons, is that an action?
I think we talked about it before as it being a bonus action. So, yeah, you can pull out your bow.
I have 40 feet of movement, too, so I can get pretty close and pull out my bow and fire a shot.
So that's perfectly fine, but I'm going to, like, what I described for Gunny is she was on the stairs, so, like, if your 40 feet would put you, like, right on top of her, so I'm going to say you're 35 feet away, but you can still see her to be able to put an arrow into her.
Okay, yeah, I'd be right behind her, and I'm way taller.
Yeah, so you're crouching down as you can barely see her as she's starting to run away, and you shoot an arrow at her, and what was the roll to hit?
19 to hit.
That is a hit.
We got 1d8 plus 5, so 6 plus 5, 11 damage from that longbow. And I get 2 attack actions per turn. And the second one is also a 19 to hit. And 10 damage. Turns out I just needed to fire my bow, you guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
You put 2 good solid arrows into her, but she is still standing as you pierce her left shoulder and graze her left arm, ripping off some of her flesh. Token, you're up.
14.
Okay, 2 saves, 1 fail. The hag's gonna run again and get 60 feet away from you guys.
So I was already 20 from her, so now she's 80 away. Are we good on that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to run another 40, putting us 40 away.
Yeah, and this time she's about to leave the front door of the windmill, and you're at the bottom floor again. You're able to just get to barely see her again as you start peeking through the bottom of these steps, and you see her enough to be able to.
Oh, Firebolt's got 120. Yeah, I'm going to shoot a Firebolt at her.
Okay, roll a hit.
26, 19 plus 7.
That's a hit.
That'll be 2d10, which is 7. Not that great.
Yeah, she's still kicking. And she's desperately trying to get away. And Hogan, you're up.
So I can move another 40 feet, so that's 40 feet of distance. But we're not down to the floor where that window is or anything, right? That's on the second floor, the window?
Are you trying to look for a shortcut? I like this idea, and I will help you. I will help you get to that. Describe to me exactly what you're doing. This window is barely big enough to squeeze your body through it. How do you go about doing this?
I wasn't even necessarily going to shove my body through it, but I was going to try to knock it out. And would I have a view of the front door if she were to leave, and I could just fire down below and just wait?
Yeah, I wouldn't think that you would have a view, but since I really like your role playing and that you remember that there is a window even there, I'm going to let you go ahead and do it.
Yeah, I mean, I could even stick my torso out, and hang out if it's a side window, and then aim for the front door. So I'm gonna use my turn to bust through that window, and then my next turn I'll probably be propping my body out there and preparing an action to fire some extra arrows down. See if I can get a few rounds in before she runs away.
Tolkien, you're up.
It's my turn to make another roll. I rolled an 18.
Yay.
Yeah, you're stabilized. You're good. That doesn't. You're still at 0 HP, but that means you don't have to do any more saves. The hag again is going to run in that direction, Casey. She's going to run 60 feet down that road.
Okay. So now I can fire, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh, first shot's just an 11. Second shot is a crit.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Let's see if it's a sandwich. It is not a sandwich, but it will be 17 total piercing damage.
Describe your kill.
Yeah. So just a shadow through the dark is running out of the tower of spinning blades. And as one of the blades spins into my sight and then immediately out of my sight, I just fire away, and that shadowy figure just falls straight forward to the ground.
Yeah, and I'm actually like picturing the distance of this too, like the amount of time that it's taking your arrow to get to her as well. You like shoot that arrow and you're like, did I hit her? And all of a sudden you see her fall.
Damn straight.
And so Gunny, who is like running and chasing after the hag and like enraged, sees her fall with an arrow protruding, and immediately stops and starts running back to her grandpa.
Yeah, we got to go check on Gramps.
It was going to be real sad. I was thinking of you guys leaving me to chase this hag, and I was like, man, what if I fail? And when you come back, you find my dead body up here.
Luckily, he seems to have stabilized.
Luckily.
Yeah, so you guys have come up to this room and Token's body's laying there. Again, this room has a bunch of boxes laying around, and then there's cobwebs up in the ceiling, and it has that second platform area, and there's about 3 sets of cabinets and 6 wooden boxes.
We gotta stop the bleeding. Maybe there's a potion or something that we could give him.
Yeah, Gunny's a little bit in shock, but like nods and starts to investigate to see if she can find anything.
I'm wrapping Grandpa up with whatever. I don't know if anyone has. I don't have any sort of like medicine kit or healing kit, so I think I'm just like ripping off his clothes and wrapping it tourniquet style or whatever.
Yeah, he might. Honestly, I don't either, but he might.
Yeah, on Token, I definitely think he does.
I have a mess kit. What's that?
It's food.
Oh my God.
So what is I don't remember I don't know the D&D rules for if someone gets knocked out and they can't get healed. We just wait 8 hours or something and he comes back?
I mean,
Or
yeah, I mean he's alive and stable. Like normally we would have to like drag him to a healer or something like that.
Well, there's a cart outside, guys. Get to it.
Well, we were going to search in here for a potion.
We could also short rest too.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I mean if we think we're safe in here, we could short rest.
Yeah, I mean, I want to explore this building after we stabilize Grandpa and see what we can do.
yeah, so you start looking around and there's those 6 boxes and there's 3 cabinets. Go ahead and roll investigation, both of you, please.
That's a 20, naturally. Plus 0, 20.
16.
So Casey, automatically right away, you're like looking around and you slightly hear some sounds coming from a couple of these boxes.
What kind of sounds? That sounds terrifying.
It does not sound terrifying. It sounds very light, gentle scraping on wood, of like a fingernail on wood.
Hello?
That doesn't sound terrifying.
Yeah, that sounds extra terrifying now.
You're like something is scraping like on the wooden box.
I put the tip of my sword to the box.
Who's there?
You hear kind of groaning.
Just the tip.
Name?
And you just hear more groaning.
I mean, I guess I can use it to pry one of these open, but I need Gunny behind me watching.
Is Grandpa unconscious still? Like, is this a move we would make with him unconscious?
He's breathing, right? We've stabilized him. He's breathing. I feel like we've spent a few minutes here.
Okay, we're like, it's fine.
We've
I'm with
propped
you.
him up. Yeah, we've propped him up. He's resting. He's not bleeding anymore. He's not going to die, we think.
Dude, tell me he's like got Joker face though.
He's got a half Joker face. I don't know how you guys bandage that. You like wrap a bandage around the guy's face.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, in the military, I was a combat medic, but I wouldn't know how to much bandage that.
Yeah.
He's going to need some stitches.
Yep.
This is beyond our capabilities. There's no doubt about that.
So describe to me, Casey, what you're doing with this small crate box. It's probably about like 3 feet by 3 feet and 3 feet high. So it's about knee level to you, a little bit higher than knee level.
Oh, I mean, I guess I'd find something to pry it open.
Yeah, so like you can even use your sword to pry it open, and you pry open the top, and as you begin to just start creaking it up just a couple inches, you can start seeing these little fingertips start coming out.
Human fingertips?
Human fingertips.
Like a child.
Yeah, you crack it open a little more, and you can tell there's a child in there.
Yeah, I finished cracking it open and pulled the kid out, I guess.
Yeah, this is a girl. It's a pretty well-fed girl. I mean, these hags would feed them before they would turn them into food, technically. So she's pretty well looking fed, but she has been in this box. She can't not move her body very well. She's very contorted from being in there long term. And you pick her up, and she like can't stretch her arms and legs, and she just kind of starts groaning at you as well.
It's okay. It's okay. The bad ladies are gone now.
Yeah, I'll try and like calm her down, and I'll stroke her hair, and I'll say, "What's your name, sweet one?"
She's attempting to talk to you, but she points out another one of the other boxes, the crates over there, and she's.
I open it.
That one. You go and open there, and there's a little boy in there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point I'm opening all the boxes. How many more are there?
There are 6 little crate boxes, and you find 2 kids in there. The girl, she'll be able to finally tell to you guys, my name is Gertrude. Please don't eat me.
We're not going to be doing that.
But also I'm big and scary, so maybe.
Yeah, I think
also not good with kids. Like, I don't think Thomas also would be good with kids. Neither Thomas nor Hogan, I think, are good with kids. So I'm just kind of picking one up, holding it at arm's length, looking at Gunny.
What do we do?
we know her mom. We can bring her to her mother.
Far out.
We need to find whatever it is we came here for. We should do that, and then get Gramps to he needs to rest, and we need to get these children to their parents.
Yeah, Gunny. So Gertrude, she puts her face in really heavily into, like, I would say, your armpit area, and you can tell with what strength she has left, she is really squeezing on and holding on to you, and she just starts saying, "Is it over? Is it over?"
It's over, sweet thing. And I'm like stroking her head. It's over. We've killed the bad ladies. They're gone.
Casey, I'll still let your crit hold for looking around in the area. Can you give me a D10 roll, please?
3.
All right, so I'm going to give a list of items. You guys are ready to write it down. You find a +2 boomerang.
A boomerang.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at magic items. I'm like, man, this is awesome. I'm going to give that away. A mace of smiting. And you find this ring of resistance. And inside the ring, it has a garnet stone. It gives you resistance to fire. And you also find an item that is very odd to you, but it really sticks out. And it's like this flashlight, and it's from Thomas's world.
Oh, like a flashlight. I'd flick that on, see what happens.
Yeah, so describe to me what you do with it as you start shining it around the room.
Well, I mean, I guess I would just point it and then shake it to see, like,
Are there batteries in this thing?
and then like unscrew the top or whatever to look inside.
So you turn it on and it's working. It's there's not much to the inside of it. You can't unscrew anything. It's made of like this nice looking marble. So just like a picture, like kind of a fancy thing. And it has this raven engraved onto the side of it. And you can still tell like there's a flashlight switch on it as you switch it on, and it's shining the light around in the room. Just let me know what you do with the light as you're shining it around.
Point it at the wall and at the ceiling. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm just shaking it, back and forth, seeing, oh wow, it's a flashlight. But it looks like if it has the raven on it and stuff, I think this might be something or it, but I'm not sure what to do with it.
So I was kind of looking for, like, are you going to shine it on Gunny or are you going to shine it on yourself? That's what I was more, or Tolkien or anything like that. That's what I'm looking for.
I would have looked directly into the light like an idiot.
Okay, so like you turn it and you point it to yourself and the light just shines on your whole body and you start shrinking, your body starts shrinking, your armor and stuff doesn't fit you anymore as your body starts shrinking because you have turned Hogan into Thomas.
Whoa. Okay, this is weird. This might not be good.
You turned
Doesn't character.
You're not your character anymore?
It seems like we got a tool here that we can go back and forth.
Well, if we can do that to Strahd.
There we go. I didn't even think of that.
You guys are going to have to fill me in when my character wakes up.
This is where we'll call the episode.
Cool.
Ooh, that was
Man,
stressful.
that was a close fight. Yeah, that was thought you had it.
Close.
So
dead.
The thing I remember when I was a kid around a campfire story, and a kid told that story, and then I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm going to put it in the D&D campaign." Of course, I made it a lot more scarier than it was for like telling around a campfire story. But last night I actually told it around a campfire to my kids, and it was hilarious because when I got to the punchline, they all cracked up laughing. It was hilarious.
Oh, what?
That's fun.
Really? That is fun.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I changed it from like instead of a hag, I changed it to a babysitter that had her fingernails were red and she had like ruby red lipstick.